guys, it's Nikki here. So I have been doing most of my videos on reptiles, because obviously, to be honest, reptiles are my strengths, within animals. For those of you who are wondering, I will be applying for animal behavior and veterinary science next year for my university. But so far within my life, I have been very committed with my reptiles. I've been volunteering and working weekly for my reptiles for 5 years now. And even before that, I know it doesn't sound anything interesting or no big deal, but ever since, I'm not even joking, ever since I was 6 years old, I have been volunteering onto babysitting and taking care of other people's dogs. Obviously I was supervised back then, but then now I still was in charge of, cleaning the dog up and everything, and walking the dog for people. But anyways, so that you guys know just a tiny bit about me, I want to talk to you guys this time on a video about mammals. If I could just get my little buddy off my back. Hi, there we go. Glad for you to join us. As you guys can see, this is my sugar glider's cage behind me. It's only 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so he's, kind of awake in the middle of the night for him. YouTube wants to see you, sweetheart. Sorry for my messy room. I'm kind of in the middle of cleaning, packing. Alright. Anyways, so, I want to talk to you guys about small, exotic mammals. I have most experience with, I've actually started off my animal experiences with mammals. Although it's not my strongest point, I have been starting on with them. It was what I started off with, so that's my, beginning point. With small mammals, okay, let's just in this video, I'm going to be talking about sugar gliders. I'm going to be talking about squirrels. I'm going to be talking about rabbits, guinea pigs, chinchillas, and pet rats. Also a little tiny bit on pet mice and gerbils. Those are your typical common kind of small mammals that you would want to find. Obviously there's a large range and different kinds of things. Out of that whole entire list, the two things I haven't kept out of, three things I haven't kept out of that list are guinea pigs, chinchillas, and rabbits. Probably three of the most common. Actually, I might want to include a bit about hamsters as well, just because that is actually the ultimately most common one. So first of all, I'm going to talk about sugar gliders. This is my new sugar glider Pikachu, who obviously went back in to go to sleep because, well, he's cleaning himself in there. You can see it moving, because it's actually kind of 6 in the morning for him, so he really wants to go back to bed. But, okay, let's start with sugar gliders. Sugar gliders, what kind of pets are they? Every single time I own an animal, not so much with reptiles, but with mammals, I always think to myself, what personalities, characteristics, what kind of animals are they going to be like? Obviously, we all know there's a huge difference between owning a dog and a cat with their personality-wise. So that is a huge change, and that's definitely a big difference. So now I want to talk to you guys about sugar gliders. In my experience, there are sugar gliders that their personalities tend to vary a lot. There are ones that are a lot more active. There are the ones who are a lot more lazy and sleepier, the way Pikachu is. He tends to just hang around on my body. He tends sometimes even sit still on my shoulder. He likes to sit in his little pouch. This is his little temporary pouch. It's very comfy. And he's rubbed his scent glands all over this thing, and he likes to sit in his pouch. So, some of my other friends, sugar gliders, they tend to run around all over your body. They sit on your head and everything a lot. So, there are a range of a calm I want to use the word arboreal, but that's kind of for reptiles. But yeah, arboreal mammal, and there's the active side to them. At first, before I even started owning any sugar gliders or any experiences, I was thinking, oh, they're probably like squirrels, just very skittish, just very active and hyper all the time. That's what I thought, but turns out it's actually pretty different. When they're calm, they can be very, very rewarding pets. Sorry. So what about their care? The pros and cons. So those are the pros. Now the cons. They actually need a pretty big cage. You see this small little thing, and they actually need a 3-foot cage. Honestly, this cage is definitely enough to house a big fat chinchilla. So, that's the thing. It's definitely big enough to house a fat chinchilla in here, whereas, you know, this is actually for a sugar glider, just 1 or 2 sugar gliders. This cage size is only, you know, I say 3 is really pushing it. Normally people wouldn't even recommend it. Sugar gliders have to be kept in 2 or more. The reason why Pikachu is kept alone is because, this is a long story, but Pikachu is kept alone because he only enjoys being alone. As one single sugar glider. There's a history on before that. If you guys are interested to know, or before you blast on me the reason why I only have 1 sugar glider, please watch my previous videos on Pikachu, which I will explain why he is kept as a single glider, but that is a huge exception. Another bad downfall to it is that obviously they pee on you a lot. I find that almost all rodents, sugar gliders aren't rodents, but almost all rodents actually do that. It's just part of their marking their territory, and it's a way of saying that they like you. So you just gotta suck it up and take it as a compliment. Another thing is they're up all night. This wheel, I've tried so hard to make it silent, so is the one downstairs. Sometimes it still bashes against something and it makes some noise, and it does wake me up in the middle of the night. But then most of the time I actually put Pikachu's cage in somewhere else. I'm going to talk more depth into sugar gliders, by the way, in this video, because I want to specifically talk about their care, since I have a sugar glider right now. The main focus of this video is actually on focusing on the comparisons of their personalities, but I think I'm going to explain on rats, squirrels, and sugar gliders, which are the more uncommon small mammals that people would keep. So yeah. Sugar gliders. Other than the bad sides, you know, they're pretty cute. They bite sometimes if they're not bonded to you, but other than that. With their snacks and treats, I normally give Pikachu this dried little apple snack. Dried apples. And I recently got this one, Gerber's little yogurt melts. They're actually freeze-dried yogurt and fruit snacks. It's strawberry and blackberry and raspberry yogurt drops. They're crunchy and soft and naturally flavored with other natural flavors. Makes sense. No preservatives, no artificial flavorings or artificial sweeteners. So this is 100% natural. It obviously is for babies. You want to keep it as natural as possible. This is Crawler right here. So it's definitely real fruit and yogurt. I actually tried one myself, and I was thinking to myself, you know, there's nothing wrong if Pikachu doesn't like this, because I will eat it myself. It's really good. Now for his main diet, because you guys know my majority of pets are reptiles, I, at all times, keep mealworms and crickets, and sometimes dubia roaches with me. So mealworms on the protein part for sugar gliders are okay. Obviously, for those of you who keep sugar gliders, you would know that mealworms are actually very fattening for them, a bit too high in protein. So I only feed it occasionally, and also if I feel that, you know, he's definitely overweight. He's not overweight, he's very average, but if he does get overweight, I would just start feeding him crickets instead. Now for the main source of diet, I use, sorry it's in Chinese because I live in Hong Kong, it's apple flavored infant cereal by Nestle. If I can open it, it says infant cereal. The first thing you would think of, oats and everything. It's actually all made out of rice. It's this nice little pasty blend with a nice apple flavor to it that I give for my sugar glider. I add some vitamins as well to the staple diet. I give to him every single night, just a little bowl. And sometimes I would give, mix a bit of oat and apple cereal. Again, it's this cereal with this picture. It's actually just powder mixed with water. It comes out with like a little pasty. No artificial. It's all organic baby food, so it's the safest one to say that they wouldn't add too much sugar into it. But this one has oat in it, so I don't feed this as much to my sugar glider as much as the rice one as a staple. Also, at sometimes, if because you have to change some flavors for the sugar glider to eat, I actually bought this Scenty Floral Honey. Again, there's no additional sugar. This is just pure honey, but it's not raw honey. So it's definitely okay to feed a bit for your sugar glider, just to taste it a bit up. And actually, a bit of honey would be very tasty for sugar gliders. Now that I spoke about the food and personalities of a sugar glider, I'm going to show you a video clip on, 2 video clips actually, on how cute sugar gliders can be, so enjoy! Alright guys, of course I also mentioned 2 other, other than the chinchilla, there are 2 other small mammals that I've never kept before, which are guinea pigs and rabbits. I do know that guinea pigs and rabbits have their own pellet food as their staple diet, and also hay for them to chew on. And there's also these chewing, what do you call it? Those chewing toys for them to grind down their teeth, because they are rodents after all. Well, kind of considered as rodents. But I have had experience of taking care of rabbits and guinea pigs. I'd say I've had more experience with guinea pigs than with rabbits. Rabbits, mostly I have just been medical care, not as much as really as a pet. So, but I do know, and if I have to compare them to anything, I did compare, I'll compare the chinchilla later on with something else. But with a guinea pig and a rabbit, I'd say they're actually mostly similar if you have to compare them with each other personality-wise. Sometimes they'll sit still, sometimes they like to jump around and explore, sometimes you can flip them over, well, rabbits, and you like scratch them like a puppy. So yeah, their cage, they do need pretty wide cages, and it's actually a long commitment. Guinea pigs, I'd say they get to this size, and rabbits are just like the size of a dog even, so that's definitely something you would want to consider about. But anyways guys, those 2 animals aren't my main focus on this video, so I'm gonna move on with the other one. Hey guys, this is my little hedgehog, champagne hedgehog. As you can see, he's very sleepy right now. I did a previous video on him. A lot of people comment on me dropping him. Obviously, I didn't drop him. I hope you guys can see, but I have, right here, you can see my hand clapping on it. I put him over my laptop base, so whenever he walks off, he falls a 1-inch distance, and I didn't drop him. If you really want to see me drop him, I think you should go watch some of the videos where people don't actually abuse their animals. Obviously I don't do that. Come on, don't be stupid. But anyways, on to the point. Pet hedgehogs. Hedgehogs, I would compare them the same as hamsters. During one of my time, when I was younger, I did breed hamsters, and I had 20 hamsters at one time. The reason why I would compare hedgehogs to hamsters is because you can hold them. Sometimes they do sit still, but most of the time they're walking around on your hand, and they do tend to fall off a lot. And of course, not to mention, they like to nibble on your hand to see if you have any food, like how Puffy is doing over here. Now, I am going to give him another little food. Yeah, there we go. Now another thing is, hedgehogs, the bad side onto them is obviously their spikes. Now that I got used to holding a hedgehog, I am absolutely not afraid of their spikes anymore. I was before, so yeah, that was the downfall to that issue. But now I'm fine with it, so it's cool. Little cutie. The hedgehogs do wake up at night and they run on their wheel, so that's another thing that seems like a hamster. They're definitely not something you can cuddle. I mean, if I rub my face against it, I'm pretty sure it'll hurt. They're cute little animals. They have definitely really cute faces. But again, I wouldn't recommend this pet to little kids. I would recommend it to older kids where they know how to handle them properly. Personality-wise, again, I would compare it to a hamster. That's really all I can say for hedgehogs. What you feed them are hedgehog diets that you should be able to buy at your pet store if they sell it. They sell them here for me, so for his occasional treats, I give him some boiled eggs. Or you can hear him chewing right now. Some tasty chicken cat treats. I make sure there's no catnip in it as well in the ingredients packet. It's just chicken. So yeah, guys, a tamed hedgehog should allow you to do this. Flip them over, yeah. Well, anyways, guys, this is a hedgehog. I'll show you guys a quick video right now of Puffy. Here we go. Now that I finished talking about sugar gliders, let's move on to another mammal. I would say out of all my mammals, I have had the most request on, and this is squirrels. I've had 2 species of squirrels. One is still unknown. I really couldn't figure out what species he was. I have videos on him. His name was Waffles. Some of you might have seen him before. He's a very cute, sweet baby. And another squirrel I actually never really did a video on, which is called Batman. He is a black colored European ground squirrel. So they actually get pretty big. I've seen the adult ones and they actually get to the size of a rabbit. It's actually crazy. For those of you who are actually wondering in the videos when I was showing and introducing Waffles why I had a big sausage bandage around my finger, was because I actually saved my friend's European ground squirrel from jumping out the window, and when I went to grab her, she got really scared. She was hanging from the outside of the window in the 28th floor, and if she fell, she really wouldn't make it, so I immediately grabbed her, knowing that she would bite. Silly me, though, I never thought, because it was a very emergency moment, so I didn't even think of using gloves, and I just grabbed him on the hand, and she gnawed through my finger. I'm not even over exaggerating, I was bleeding everywhere. It took 2 months until my finger wounds actually healed properly. I still have the scars on my fingers, and I still actually can't completely bend my finger. This is actually how far I can go, and with my other hand I can go completely like this, so you can definitely tell the difference. What happened to that is because she actually kind of damaged my finger tendon, and that really took a long while. I'll show you guys a picture right here. That is a picture of when my finger was swollen. That was actually 1 month after I got bit, and it was really bad. It kinda slightly got infected, although I managed to fix it myself without going to the doctors. It was really bad. I really don't advise anyone to do this, but I managed to disinfect it and everything else was fine. So other than that, that's the downfall, honestly, about squirrels. Their personality is your typical squirrel, like the ones you see in your back garden. They're insanely hyper. The thing is, people normally say chinchillas are like squirrels. Here is where I slip in kind of the description of a chinchilla. I never actually kept a chinchilla. I almost did, but when I was about 8 years old, but I never did. In the end, I actually chose hamsters instead. So, when people say chinchillas are like squirrels, it's a very pretty good description. The way that they're hyper, the way that they're bouncing around everywhere is actually pretty much the same, except for squirrels would be a bit more fast and ruthless about wherever they go. You can see how much stuff I have with in my room with some reptile lights, and when I had Batman in here, Waffles was a bit more calm. Batman was definitely crazy. He was a good boy. When I called his name, he'll definitely come up to me, but when he wants to play, he goes nuts everywhere. Again, another thing with squirrels is that you need to keep them in a big cage. I did keep Batman in this cage before, but Batman was only about this big. He wasn't even full grown. Just so you guys are wondering, Waffles actually ended up going to a home full of the same species of squirrels, and they were able to provide the proper milk for them, so I actually ended up giving Waffles away. Same with Batman, because I have to move soon to the US. I won't be able to bring any mammals with me. I will be bringing some of my reptiles, but mammals, it's just not possible. So I had to give Batman away at some point. I actually found a new owner that's very sweet, and now Batman actually has a girlfriend. They're definitely, I think they'll have to figure something out with neutering him. But they're definitely happy together. I always see these pictures of Batman, and he seems very, very happy with how he is now. So yeah, I'm very happy for him. So yeah, squirrels, chinchillas, they hardly ever sit still. It's definitely something that not everyone can handle. They'll be jumping around everywhere, they'll be breaking your things, they'll never sit still, and obviously when they bite, it's a very, very painful experience. Now I want to talk about in more depth, because I hardly ever noticed anyone keeping squirrels before, so I want to talk about their diets, or how, now that I spoke about their personality, that's actually something you should definitely think about. When I say they're hyper, they're hyper. If anyone knows me or have seen all my videos, I'm pretty tolerated. Like, I tolerate animals pretty well. I mean, I get bit by snakes all the time. I'm fine with it. I get bit by some giant geckos. I get my ferret. My ferret's evil. He's always biting me. I've been scratched by cats. I've been bitten by a horse. But when I say tolerating a squirrel bite, or tolerating with a hyper squirrel, it's definitely not. I wouldn't choose it. It wouldn't be my first choice. But let's talk a bit about how to keep squirrels. So I spoke about squirrels, it's basically how the setup you see in here. A bit of some hammocks, some platforms, some wheels, lots of toys for them, and that's definitely fine. The staple diet, I fed Waffles and Batman. Sometimes I offer them fresh fruits, such as blueberries and bananas, or apples. Apples is probably the safest thing you can go with. But for their staple diet, I also fed them this infant cereal. So it's the rice paste cereal with apple flavor in it that you give to babies. Because it's rice, oats for this one. Oats are fine too. Nutty rice oaty things would definitely fill them up. I did have some cat milk for Waffles and Batman, because I actually got them when they didn't have their mothers, so they were about only 1 month old and they weren't off weaning yet. You can also add some honey make sure that you get pure honey with no extra sugars in it for your squirrels. But some other main staple of their diet, I gave bread to Batman and waffles. But some of their favorite snacks, it also goes with organic, natural walnuts. So there's no other flavorings onto them, just pure walnuts. These can actually get pretty pricey, believe me. I also gave him some almonds with the shell, again, natural, no flavoring whatsoever. I gave him some of these, I don't even know what this is, pumpkin seeds? This white hamster seed. Hamsters actually eat these as well. They're actually green inside. So those seeds, again, no flavoring, not roasted, not anything. And of course some sunflower seeds. These are actually quite small. It's just like a little snack for them. Their favorite, I find, are just the almonds and the walnuts they like the most. And also some non-flavored popcorn. Absolutely no flavoring, salt, no sweetening whatsoever to it, just natural. All these foods I actually purchase at the pet supply stores, or if I go to parrot supply stores, you can normally find some big almonds. But may I warn you that these are actually pretty expensive, so do keep that in mind. So yep, here we go. I'm going to show you a video of Waffles and Batman as an example of how actually sweet squirrels can be. Hey Batman, what you looking at? Come here. Here we go. He's a good boy. Yummy. It's a good little Batman. Oh, you little cutie. Oh. Who woke you up, huh? Who woke you up? Who woke you up? Oh, yeah. Oh, just going back to sleep. Okay guys, I have my rat here, Remy. Yeah, he's sleepy right now. But yep, this is my rat, Remy. As you can tell, he is a very, very, very big rat. He is a male. He's around a year and a half old. Hey, Remy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. He is magnificent. I'd say out of all these little mammal pets, I would say my favorite are actually rats, because they are excellent little pets. The way I would compare their personalities, they're actually like a little baby chihuahua. The reason why I would say that is because they actually are very good, very nice lap pets. He's walking around everywhere right now. Yeah, yeah. You want a treat? You want a treat, Remy? A treat? Yeah, there we go. Where are you gonna eat it? Where are you gonna eat it? But yeah, they can sit still. Right now, Remy's a bit hyper. There's the food in his mouth. You can see. There we go. So yep, they can be excellent pets. As you can see right now, Remy pretty much can't stay in my hand. Rats definitely are one of the best and most rewarding pets I've ever had in my life. I plan on continuing to keep rats ever since till I'm old. Although their lifespan are only around 3 years, and although they can be having a lot of sickness. Sorry, I'm trying to get Remy to not run away. I have too many things in my room for him to really explore around it or scare. But yep, rats, they're very known to having tumors and everything. So that's definitely something to think about. Normally rats are very cheap to buy, but then people don't normally notice that you actually might have to anytime spend hundreds of dollars on getting a tumor removed for a $30 rat. So that's definitely something you have to think about. Not to mention, rats, some people don't like it, especially parents. You can see Remy's little tail. My parents definitely hate my rats. I have another rat named Whiskey outside. He's sleeping. He's another panda, black and white. Remy and Whiskey are definitely my sweetest small mammals I have at home. They're just like a little pet, a little puppy. They know how to do some tricks, and they normally do sit still. They enjoy some massages. Okay. Here we go. Come on. They enjoy massages, and they're very, very sweet. They come when I call their name, and yeah. Rats do require a pretty large cage. This is definitely a lot of space for them. It's enough space. With rats, you can pretty much feed them everything. What I'm giving Remy here are actually some chicken cat treats I give for my hedgehog as well. That's something to think about. Rats do pee a lot on you. That's something to definitely consider about. And yeah, but they're definitely like puppies. You can teach them and train them to respond by your name. They do get relatively pretty big though, as you can see Remy right here comparing to my hand. He's a big male. He's very fat, and but he's very healthy. He's a good boy. And yeah, guys. So yep, here's a video on Whiskey and Remy, mostly Remy, to show you how sweet rats actually can be. So cute. No. Kiss, kiss. Good boy. Up. Good boy. Hey guys, this is my Aqua. She's been making the noises in the background because she wants to come on the camera. Now she wants to go away somewhere. Don't you, Aqua? No? She's a very funny bird. She has a very weird personality. She definitely PMSs a lot. But anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry it's so long. I'm sorry it's not HD. I'm sorry if it's boring. But it's just a video on request, and I just wanted to really give you guys my experiences on some exotic mammals that I do, and I am positive that I understand with. Especially, I would say, I understand more about the 3 specific ones that I can focused on, which are rats, sugar gliders, and squirrels. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry again for the long video, and I just want to say, if you guys have any more questions or anything else, please feel free to inbox me. Other than that, enjoy your day, and if you have any more requests, please feel free to ask.